And welcome back again to the Redway Show. We are here with Miss Ruby Rotten, who is a pinup model extraordinaire.
I do my
And
so you give me too much credit.
just go check out her pictures and you'll agree with me. I mean, it's amazing. You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so you did this contest in Michigan, and then I was asking about that after that. When did you come to Los Angeles?
I came to Los Angeles, it was a little over 2 years ago.
Cool.
So I'm still pretty fresh.
So you were doing
here.
pinup out in Michigan then?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Yep, I did some shows there.
What's the pinup scene like in Michigan?
Mostly everywhere but where I lived.
Really? That's so funny.
Yeah, it's not huge, but it's starting to grow, but it's still a tight-knit kind of community, which I mean, I kind of have found out here too. I mean, everybody knows everybody within the scene, even though it's so huge out here. So it's like,
that's true.
it's like a small town within itself in the scene.
That
so
is
it's kinda
definitely
cool.
true.
So it's not great, but they're getting there.
Well, so what advice do you have for people that want to start doing pinup modeling? Because you've been doing it for a few years now and you're really successful at it. And there might be other people out there that want to know, like, how do you get started?
There are, and I've actually had, people reach out and just ask me for any tips or advice. Like, hey, I'm going into my first contest and I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. What should I do? And I'm just like, send me your outfit ideas. Let's talk about this. You need some posing ideas. Here's this, this, and I tell people, when it's their first time, because, doing a pinup contest is a great way to get into it because you meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
So,
how do they find the contest? Like, what type of contests are these?
Typically, I mean, they're mostly at car shows.
Okay.
To be honest with you, and you kind of see it on a flyer or you hear from somebody or something, but they'll reach out and just be like, what should I do, this and that, and I'm like, honestly, with people who are doing it their first time, I tell them, maybe use a prop, which can be kind of tough, but two, it gives you something to get people to look at instead of you if you're nervous. So because you can use the prop to distract and just kind of pose with that instead, and then it kind of takes the attention away a little bit so that you can kind of get a little bit more comfortable, because not everybody is comfortable with, people looking at them.
Yeah.
But they still want to do it. So that's a good kind of way into it, So I tell them, try to use a prop, but don't use a ton to where you don't know what to do with your hands being full, and but it's a good way to start,
Good advice.
I know. Yeah, and then too, when I did my first one, which was in Detroit, was my first pinup contest, I reached out to somebody that I, admire in the pinup scene, the pinup model, Bernie Dexter.
Oh, cool.
I reached out to her and was just like, I'm doing my first pinup contest. What should I do? I don't even know. And I never even thought she'd respond. But I'm like, I'm the type of person where if I am inspired by somebody, I'm going to reach out to them, whether or not I get a response. I don't care, But she responded and she said, just have fun. Just have fun. Like, that is what she said. Like, right. And I'm like, that's so simple. We make it so complicated, but if you think about it, that's really what it's about, is having fun. It's not about winning. It's not about, any of that. It's about, you feel good, you feel confident. And that's the most important part of it, is you just have fun.
Yeah.
And enjoy it.
Yeah, that's funny because I noticed that in pinup modeling, a lot of it is very smiley. Like, it's very something cute is happening, and they're just like,
some people do go the cheesecake route.
Yeah. So the cheesecake route is like the extra, like,
when you're super extra. It's like what the kids call it these days. Extra.
That's
right. But that is like, cheesecake is the super exaggerated when you're just like
super smiley. Yeah, you're doing those
like
kind of,
that's like super cheesecake, and like, I like to
do that again.
sometimes.
Do that again into the camera. Oh yes.
But it's super exaggerated like that though. But that's, what makes it fun too, because it kind of almost makes a joke out of the scene that you're in. It just kind of lightens things up a little bit, you know, because people try too hard sometimes to be like, no, I have to be sexy.
Well, that's okay. So there's like the boudoir pinup, right? The boudoir pinup is like super sexy.
Yeah.
And there's like the bondage pinup.
Yeah.
And rockabilly pinup.
Yeah. There's so many different
authentic vintage pinup.
Exactly. There's so many different like styles within that people do, and I like to touch on all of them because some people like put themselves in like a little bit of a box. You know, they're like, this is my style and I have to do this because this is what people expect. And I'm like, no way. I like all these other boxes. And if I'm going to be in one box, it's because I built a fort and it's awesome, you know, and, and I'm like, I like to do a little bit of everything, you know, but there's so many different styles that it's just like, it's endless. Yeah, it's endless. And I love that.
That's so cool.
It's just fun.
So what do you want to do now? Like, what is your goal with your pinup career?
Honestly, I do it because I enjoy it and it's fun. It's like a creative release for me. I enjoy, you know, putting together these concepts and these ideas for shoots and stuff. So, you know, for me, it's just wherever I can take it, you know, and I'm wanting to get, you know, more into, I'm a very artistic and creative type of person. So like in all of my facets, like that's artistic, you know, so I'm wanting to do more pinup and more modeling, you know, but I also am wanting to do more singing and getting into that too.
That's right. And you're a singer. Yeah. And what style do you sing?
I love singing more like rock, blues styles. That's like more like kind of suits me, a little more jazzy. Those are more my, that's where I'm most comfortable because I've always had such a low voice for a girl and it just kind of works.
I have the same thing. We need to talk
about
this
for the low voice girls.
There we go. That's my favorite style. Well, we'll have to talk about that next time when you come back on the show and, you know, after you've released your big, you know, music album
we'll
and
see.
everything.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Anything's possible.
Well, thank you so much for being on the Red Booth. And everybody should go and check her out and follow her, Miss Ruby Rotten, on Instagram and on Facebook. And she'll have her own website up very shortly as well.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So there you go. Thanks again.
Yay, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching my interview with the amazing Miss Ruby Rotten. So on Saturday night, you can always watch The Red Booth Show on U2 America on national cable. And you can come back to our YouTube channel and subscribe below and get all of our latest interviews.